The world's fucked. The world is fucked, mate. What the fuck happened there? These last few months have been uncertain for a lot of us, to say the least. For a lot of you around the world, your leaders haven't stepped up to the plate either. And it's been hard to get some factual information about what's actually going on, with them saying one thing and then the very next day just absolutely contradicting what they've just said the day before. And quite often they're just too busy politicking to actually give some honest answers. Well, if you're looking for some proper no bullshit information, you've come to the right place. The people over at the Juice Media, who usually make Australia specific government ads, have made sure that the government ad I'm about to show you will apply to everyone no matter where you're from. It's kind of like a global government ad. Let's get into it.
Hello, I'm from the government with an update on the pandemic. As you know, in order to flatten the curve, we've had to turn off the machine. The machine has not been turned off for a long time. Nobody even remembers who turned it on. So please bear with us as we consult the manual after pricing it from the shitted pants of capitalism and figure out what to do next.
Yeah, that machine has been going full tit for as long as I've existed. For even as long as my mum has existed as well. And capitalism has fully shat the bed right now. I'd say it will take a long time to clean the stank out of those sheets, and that's if it ever comes out.
While we wait, we thought we should have a little chat about what just happened. Scientists had been warning us for decades to prepare for this crisis. Did we? Of course not. The machine said there was no profit in preventing future crises.
A good example of this is when America decided to scrap its early pandemic warning system back in September. And I can see that their economy is doing all the more better for it too. Oh wait, what? The graph is supposed to go the other way around? Oh shit. Maybe not.
So instead, most of us opted for an alternative policy. Total fucking panic, dead people and bullshit.
Total fucking panic, dead people and bullshit. I couldn't have put it any better myself.
Here at the Chinese government, this meant covering up the virus and deaths, disappearing truth tellers, arresting activists while no one's watching, making up conspiracies, making the WHO our bitch, and then trying to cast ourselves as the saviors of the world.
China has been dodgy as fuck throughout all of this. Cover up city. Now, I'm not trying to get caught up in conspiracies too much. 5G. But I knew something was up as soon as the scientists who let the world know about what was happening died. You just can't trust that Winnie the Pooh lookalike. Oh, and if you want to know the translation to that last bit, it's this.
Total fucking panic, dead people and bullshit.
Fucking great.
Here at the British government, where we spent the past decade bankrupting the NHS, this sentient ham caught the virus and almost died of irony as his life was saved by the migrant nurses we've been blaming for unemployment.
Did she just say sentient ham? That has to be one of the best insults I've ever heard. It is pretty funny though how old BJ has had the biggest turnaround out of pretty much everyone. It took nearly dying before he actually took this thing seriously. But also, because he didn't take it seriously until it actually affected him, a lot of people have ended up dying since.
In Europe, we care about unity, so we turned our backs on the Italians and said cazzi vostri.
Fun fact for you, the EU was actually started by a Nazi. Oh, and funny thing, that last bit, cazzi vostri, actually translates to your cocks on Google. I know, it doesn't fit the context very well, does it? I searched for some more translations for it and it actually translates to mind your own fucking business. Come on Google, get it together would ya?
In Brazil, where our fascist fuck chop still thinks it's just a flu, we left it to street gangs to protect the favelas.
Fascist fuck chop. That's a great description of Bolsonaro. One of the worst leaders in the world, far worse than Trump in my opinion. I'm not surprised in the least that he's one of the leaders that hasn't taken this thing seriously. Also, the way he's opening up the Amazon for deforestation and commercialization is actually disgusting. It's not sustainable at all. The sooner Brazil get rid of him as their leader, the better. For both Brazil and the rest of the world.
In India, we stoked violence against Muslims by blaming them for the virus. In Poland and Hungary, we gave up on democracy. In North Korea, we slipped into a coma.
Okay, now I legit thought Jong Un was dead, eh? He has some big underlying conditions, like he's a heavy smoker and he's morbidly obese. If he actually did get hit by the virus, he would have been in some serious trouble, I think. And you know what North Korea's like with actually putting out accurate information to the world. Like them not having a single case, yet they share a border with China. That's a bit strange to me. Like, who knows what's going on over there? I thought he was gone, but he's still here.
And in Belarus, we told you to drink vodka and left you to crowdfund your own healthcare. Fajna I normalna.
He actually did say that. Vodka and saunas will kill the coronavirus. If that was the case, I wouldn't even mind catching it. Getting on the piss in the sauna wouldn't be a bad afternoon at all. He also said tractors kill the coronavirus. I'm not joking. He said that. Aleksander Lukashenko is absolutely off his chops.
But nowhere has our policy been more evident than in backward countries and failed states, like the US. Here, as thousands of people died and got buried in mass graves, Il Duce left you to fight each other over medical equipment by entrusting it to his little shit goblin-in-law.
Okay, believe it or not, I don't actually think the states have done the worst. If you're only going by the total amount of cases and deaths, then yeah, they are the worst. But America has the third highest total population in the world, so of course their numbers are going to be high. If you take a look at their cases and deaths per million, they're still doing pretty bad, but they're not the worst. Take Belgium for example. They are sitting at 773 deaths per million, whereas the US are sitting at 268 per million. I'm not saying they're doing great because they aren't, but it's just something to think about.
No, this isn't a dystopian sci-fi flick. This is the result of 4 cancerous decades of neoliberal shitfuckery.
Yeah, nah, I'm not really down with that neoliberal shitfuckery, tomfoolery, or jiggery pokery. I actually hate that kind of skullduggery. Absolute nincompoopery.
Sure, in some places we aren't doing too badly. Here at the Australian government, we shocked the world by not being the shittest for once.
Yeah, that is right. Aussie Parliament is an absolute farce. ScoMo is a shit show of a leader. His handling of the fires a few months back was absolutely shocking. I mean, we could see the smoke from here in the middle of New Zealand, and he'd basically just left half his country to fend for himself while he fucked off to Hawaii or wherever the fuck it was for a holiday. I could go on, but it would be another video. So here are a few clips of people leaving him hanging while he was only there for the cameras.
Okay, how are you?
I'm only shaking your hand if you give more funding to our RFS. So many people here have lost their homes.
That went well, ScoMo. I also love how these guys have purposely spelt Australian wrong. It's great.
And in New Zealand, we depress the world by reminding you that unfortunately this isn't your leader.
I have to say that right now I am very happy to be living in the country that I am at the moment. And even though I wasn't too sure of her at first, I'm even happier to have Jacinda leading our country than old Simon burning bridges.
Hi guys, my name is Simon Bridges and I am the leader of the National Party of New Zealand.
She has done everything that was needed to keep people safe throughout the whole of this thing. And it's what the majority of the people wanted. Except for that last bill you've just put through Parliament. Not sure about that one, Auntie Cindy.
But sadly, when it comes to flattening that other much bigger curve that scientists have also been warning us about for decades, it won't be enough for only some of us to get it right. Closing our borders won't help. We either all nail it, or we all total fucking panic dead people and bullshit.
More of a slow burn of climate change, but important nonetheless. The world stopping for a couple of months has done a lot of good for the environment. Whether it be in animal life or CO2 pollution, it has shown how fast things can recover too.
Oh look, the machine is almost ready to restart. Before we go back to normal, know that during this pause, we too have noticed the reminders of what we've lost. Time with our children, life returning to our shores, cities and neighborhoods, the sight of the Himalayas, of the universal logo, and of those distant places awaiting us if we don't blow this. These signs of a better world are enticingly close. If only we could just... This has been a message from your local government franchise. Send help.
If only we could break the machine. Yep, I think the world coming to a crashing halt and watching how everything has unfolded has opened up a few more people's eyes to, we could be doing things a lot better. And I hope this is a catalyst for change. In what way, I'm not sure. But what I think we can all agree on is that we do need to find a more sustainable way to live on this planet. Otherwise, we'll end up with
total fucking panic dead people and bullshit.
Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe and I'll see you later.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus! Bring the motherfucking ruckus!